CountyComm Embassy Pen, Revision 2. And I just printed this off the website, and as you can see, weekend special for $38.50. Normally $44.50. So what I'd say is that they've been running this weekend special since I bought it several months ago. And it's a very long weekend in CountyComm land, because they're just keeping that on sale. Okay, so what I want to tell you about the pen: I'm not a pen collector, I'm a pen user. I write every day, a lot, and in my job I have to do a lot of documentation. So I tend to buy pens for about 20 bucks or so, and then I have them for several years until I just wear them slap out or I lose them. And the past couple of years I've taken to buying kind of cheapo pens like this one, just from your local office supply store. And this is like a $4.95 pen. And it's a clicker with a medium black point to it, made by Jetstream. And it's got a nice cushy tip to it. And because I write a lot, I tend to buy pens with the little rubber tips to them. Oftentimes that's what wears off or out soonest on my pens, is these will degrade over time. So when I saw this pen on the CountyComm site, and I had needed to replace this pen because it ran out of ink, I had decided I would spend the extra 15, 18 bucks, whatever it was, since I was placing an order with them anyway, and I would go ahead and splurge a little bit, let's say, and buy this one. Now I'm having a little bit of buyer's remorse. So I'm going to try to give this a balanced review, but it's going to be an honest review. And I'm going to tell you what I like and what I don't like. So what I like about the pen is that it is the typical CountyComm quality machining, quality materials. It's well made. It's going to last forever. I will probably lose this pen before I could ever wear it out. It's holding up very well so far. It's got a black anodized aluminum body, and I've got a few tiny little scratches on the anodized aluminum. One right at the tip where I dropped it in the parking lot. I don't know if you can see that right there above the head of the clip. But that's about it. Other than that, you know, daily use. And I drop it pretty frequently. You'll probably see me drop it sometime during this video. But anyhow, it's got a stainless steel clip on it. Double screws. That'll be nice and secure. Have not had any trouble with it losing its tension, so it's stayed nice and taut so far over the past several months. It has knurling on the body of the pen, or the barrel, I guess you call this part. And then on the head of the pen, there's also a little bit of knurling right here. If you hold it back here, it gives you a nice purchase on the end of the pen. It is smooth finish up at the very tip, so that's a little bit more slippery if you're holding it more close to the tip. It does get a little loose in the grip up there. And then it houses a Fisher Space Pen cartridge, and that's a medium black point that comes with it. Nice thing is it's a Fisher Space Pen. Those are about $5. You can find them pretty much anywhere for about $5, the refills. So $5 of your $38.50 goes for the Fisher pen, and the rest of it goes for the aluminum and the anodization, I suppose. This particular version is made so that it does not need an O-ring, so that's good. That means the O-ring won't fall out, it won't melt, it won't degrade over time. You don't have to worry about keeping it fresh or replacing it. So, yay, that's good. It's 5 1/4 inches long and 1/2 inch in diameter, which is a good size for me. Since it does not have the little rubber cushioning on the end like this particular pen is, I was worried that I would get some writer's fatigue on my fingers from, you know, long use. I haven't had the problem though, really. It's been alright, so that's not been a problem. My only real significant criticism of the pen is that the top here, the cap, is detachable and separate from the pen. And I have a bad habit of losing small items because I'm a little distractible at times, and I'll put crap down and then I won't remember where I put it. So I kind of have this constant stress over this pen with losing the top. It's ridiculous. That's my big criticism. So if that's as bad as the criticism gets on this pen, then that's not too bad. It's a little pricey for me. I think I'd rather have paid $19.95 for this pen rather than $38.50. Even if I consider this Fisher Space Pen, you know, I might have been happy at $24.50 maybe would have been fine. I just think $38.50 is too much. I know it's T3 anodized aluminum. I know it's uber cool. Nobody else, you know, in my neighborhood's going to have one of these. That's great, but still, really the price point for me is around 20, 25 bucks at most. That's for me in terms of pens that I buy that are comparable value to me. Now, I'm not a pen collector, as I said, so I'm, you know, maybe pen collectors will tell me, nah, dude, that pen is totally worth 50 bucks. Okay, not to me. I certainly wouldn't have bought it at 50 bucks. I almost didn't buy it at $38.50. So, in terms of constructive criticism about that cap, I really wish that they would engineer it so that you can just screw the cap on the butt end of the pen. If you look, the Fisher Space Pen, if I pull this off again, I can show you. Get that to stay in there. So you can see you've got probably an inch and a half at least, inch and 3/4 of aluminum here that they could machine so that it could accept the threads that are already in this cap, so that you could screw the cap on the head. That would be brilliant. I'd be much happier with the pen, certainly at $38.50, but I'd be ridiculously happy with it at 25 bucks, which I think is a better price point. But that's just me. So anyway, that's the pen. Be aware that that cap is a issue to be kept up with. It has no moving parts, so that's an advantage to it over a pen like this that, you know, has mechanical innards. If you're in an environment where dust or goop or whatever gums up your pen so that you can't click it and get your pen out to write with it, then that's no good. But on the other hand, this particular okay, so there's a couple of O-rings that have just spilled out of somewhere. I just, you know. Okay, welcome back. All right, I apologize for that. I actually had to go back and watch the video and figure out where these two little O-rings came from. That freaked me out a little bit. I'm doing the video, and all of a sudden these two little O-rings suddenly appear on the paper here, and I didn't know where they came from. So I had to go back and watch the video, and I found that they fell out, and I'll probably cut that clip in so you can see it again. They fell out when I took the cartridge out and I had the barrel upside down. So a little bit of experimenting here, and I find that you put the O-rings back down in the barrel, and they provide a little bit of cush and stability for that Fisher Space Pen, and so that when you screw it down, it's a lot more kind of solid in there, and then it gives it the height that it needs to protrude. If I can get that to focus, to come all the way out of the tip there. So if I take them out, do that right quick, and put that back together, and now you can see it still comes out, but not as far as it should. It's, you know, it's solid in there. You can still write with it, but it's certainly short just a little bit of height. Now that's interesting to me. I did not know those were in there, and makes my review a little more negative. On the one hand, it says here on the site that where is it? Here we go. Right here. New design doesn't require an O-ring seal. So I had assumed, you know, and I think still correctly, that it meant an O-ring seal for the cap to the barrel. I still think that's what they mean, but I never had revision or version 1, so I don't know about that. Maybe somebody can comment. But it obviously doesn't mean that they don't have O-rings whatsoever. But I think the thing that bothers me is that there was nothing in the packaging or whatever to warn you about those two little O-rings and the ease with which they will drop out of the barrel of the pen, and then well, you lose those, and you know, it's not that the pen's not functional, but you certainly lose some of the precision of it, and even the headpiece there feels a little bit different when it screws down with those O-rings in it. It feels a little bit looser when you screw it on without them in there. So yeah, you know, that's bothersome to me. I think they could have designed that so they didn't fall out. There's a couple of different ways you could do that. You know, a little dollop of glue or something down there ought to hold them in there fine. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. So anyway, there's my review. Went a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be, but there's my thoughts about the CountyComm Embassy pen. I'd give it 1 thumb up, and 1 thumb neutral. Not 2 thumbs up, just 1 up. It's a good pen, no doubt. Will suffice many people's needs and probably be the best pen for some people in some situations, but not my favorite pen. And I probably won't be too sad when ultimately I lose that cap and I can't carry it around anymore because the clip is gone and the pen is exposed and I write on everything without the cap. So I'll replace it with something different. But if you're interested in buying that Embassy pen, there are my thoughts on it. I hope they help you in your pen shopping experience. And as always, everybody, thank you so much for your comments and your subscriptions. I really appreciate it. And hope you all have a great week.